Hey chat, how are you? Exhale sharply. So, back in the days, I used to get my oil changed at Jiffy Lube in Citrus Heights. Partly because there was one right around the corner from where I lived. But also it was a good deal. It was around $40. But suddenly that went up to over 50, and I was like, well, I mean, they're just doing an oil change. I want to save money. It's a basic procedure. So where else can I go? So started going to Meineke out here in West Sac, and their total was around 30, which was fine. With Jiffy Lube over 50, 30-ish was amenable to me. Was in my wheelhouse, in my ballpark, if you will. But plot twist, chat. Meineke now is $60, over $60. And my last oil change was 71 because they put in synthetic instead of conventional, which I didn't ask for. And I was just like, okay. And I emailed the franchise, the Meineke franchise or whatever, hoping to get a refund, you know what I'm saying? And they were like, sorry, we should have asked. We won't make that mistake again. And we'll make sure it doesn't happen to other customers through training and slap on the wrist or whatever. So I'm like, okay, well, I need to change my oil change game. Change up my oil change game. I could go to Quack-Win, the one-man band, but because he is a one-man band, a one-man garage band, it could take forever, like all day. I could leave my car with him, and he charges $80, which is fine because he's a mom and pop shop, and I love Quack-Win, but it's just an oil change. I'm trying to get out here with the cheapest price possible. So I find out Walmart can do oil changes. If you're Walmart, or as my mom pronounces it, Walkma, if your Walmart has an auto center thingy, they'll change your oil. And I was like, all right, let's see what's crack-a-lackin'. Go into the app, make an appointment, and then, but my appointment was for Saturday, but then I got off early for some reason. I can't remember why. But I was like, well, I'm going to try to sneak in a quick oil change. And I went straight to the Walmart, and it was around noon or 1. And it was 5 cars deep, yo. And I was like, guy came out to my car. He's like, yeah, it's going to be about 2 or 3 hours if you don't have an appointment. And I said, all right, I'll see you Saturday, bruh. So I booked an appointment. And by the way, their appointments fill up quickly. Either they don't have a lot of slots or just people, it's high in demand. But I booked an appointment on Saturday, and I had to book it almost 2 weeks out. So Carolyn and I, we did our grocery pickup. We both took separate cars. She went to the pickup area, and I went to the auto center. Pulled up. My appointment was for 8:30. Got there 8:15. The guy throws on one of those neon highlight yellow vests, Caltrans vests, safety vests or whatever. Comes right out, asks a few questions, boopity boop, beepity beep, on his little tablet there. And he's like, you have an appointment? I was like, yes, sir. Vince Nicholas, boopity boop, beepity beep. A few more questions. Hands me a little card with a barcode on it to track the progress, the status of my oil change. By the way, that didn't work, just FYI. But he says, yeah, it should be about 45 minutes. I was like, all right, cool. So I walk inside the Walkma, and I go on the hunt for the search for yellow price tags. Yes, the search for yellow tags, meaning closeout, expired or about to expire, super discounted. It's found up in the deli section where they have fresh food or freshly prepared food, cooked food up there. And so I've gotten some bargains recently. They had a thing of pot stickers, which they make either in the deli there in the hot food section, or they prepare off-site and they bring it there. But it is in the fresh food area. Got a thing of pot stickers, normally $7. Got it for $4. They were okay. I mean, they're just your average pot sticker. The ones in Chinese restaurant are definitely a step up and just more plump and more filling and more good. But pot stickers are like $10 now for 6. So if you can get it marked down by a few dollars at the Walmart, and just to scratch that pot sticker itch, $4, $4 was absolutely a banger. And then this particular Saturday, I found a big chicken pot pie, like one of those 10-inch pie cast iron things. Normally $10, $3, 70% off. And I was like, ooh, I wanted it bad. I wanted it so bad. But I'm on track. I'm low carb or something. But shoot, any other day, bet I would have been all over that smashing good deal. And then they mark off a lot of their sushi. Yes, Walmart has sushi. No, it's not great, but most sushi is not great. But it'll be marked down from $6 to $3, something like that. But overall, I didn't get anything. And so still walking around Walmart. Carolyn's getting our groceries at the pickup. But I'm getting notifications. Your car is currently being worked on. Thank you. Walk around a little bit more. I buy Carolyn some flowers. And I walk out to grocery pickup. I went with the $5 bouquet, not the $10 bouquet or the $15 bouquet. No. I love Carolyn, and I enjoy getting her flowers, although I haven't much recently. I'm sorry. Well, if she would let me go outside the house without her for 2 seconds by myself, maybe I would buy her flowers more often. But I walk out to the grocery pickup with a fresh bouquet of flowers, and lo and behold, 45 minutes later, I get a message on my telephone, my cellular telephone. Your car is ready. Oh, yeah. Carolyn drove me there, dropped me off there. Simple checkout. They scanned a little barcode. $28.11. Okay, $28.11. When freaking Meineke on the low end is 50. Quack Win on the high end 80. I'm guessing Jiffy Lube is in the $60 to $70 range, although they did have hot coffee. They had some hot, fresh, yummy coffee, but how much is fresh hot coffee worth? Not $50 to me. $28.11. And one thing that I noticed was like you go to Meineke, okay, your oil change is $60, whatever. But then they say, oh, here's a list of everything wrong with your car. And, oh, yeah, we can fix everything wrong with your car in the next hour for a total of $4,000. What? And I would say, no, man. Oh, your air filter. What? Oh, you need new windshield wipers. Yeah, okay. How about you leave me alone? How about you stop trying to rip me off? But there's no bill with the Walmart oil change. Partly because I was talking to one of the mechanics, technicians, whatever you want to call it, employees there, and they can't do anything except oil changes. They can throw on some tires, they can change a battery, and they do oil changes. And the guy was like, we can't diagnose anything. We won't fix your car. People don't bring it in to get stuff worked on, or we don't figure things out. We just do oil changes and tires and batteries. And I'm like, all right, well, that's what you do. But for $28.11, I'm all about it. Walking through Walmart, I missed, I heard lots of babies crying. Wah, 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 mommy won't buy me toys. Boo-hoo. Another thing about the Walmart, 45 minutes. And yes, I had an appointment. Yes, it was early. But Meineke takes hours. Carolyn and I drop our cars off there 8 a.m. and it's done by noonish, sometimes 11, sometimes 1, sometimes they don't even call. Hey, how's my Kia Optima doing? Oh yeah, we're just finishing it up. Oh yeah, we finished it up. Well, why didn't you give me a call? And that's 4, 5, 6 hours later. But Wakma, done in the blink of an eye, in a jiffy. Overall, excellent experience, fantastic. I love it. I found me a new oil change place, and I'm just happy that I get to save money. And I got one of the stickers for my next oil change. They do the 3,000 mile change your oil at every 3,000 mile sticker. Okay, you're in big oil, and I know the whole 3,000 mile, that's a scam. 5, 6,000, you'll be fine. The 3,000 mile was concocted by ExxonMobil and Warren Buffett and the Bilderberg Group. And if you want to do what those secret societies tell you to do, force you to do, by all means, enjoy your skull and bones. So I've come to the conclusion that there's 3 kinds of hi that I say to my coworkers, 3 kinds of greetings, if you will. Early in the morning, the good morning, I do a little finger scrunch, like I do a little finger wave, the index finger. I just kind of bend it down, bend it up, and I go, hi. If I see him during the middle of the day, if I'm like walking by a window and I see him through a window, I do the hang loose. I do the Hawaii hang loose sign. And then at the end of the day, if I'm saying goodbye, we're parting ways, I give him the sideways peace sign, like I'm outie, 5,000 G money, peace. I also do something for my coworker. It makes him laugh. I think it's kind of funny, but he like requests it every day now, Mr. Luis, and he says, "Do the mirror thing. Make me happy. Make me laugh." And so what I do is I have like a little Dollar Tree mirror, just in case there's any boogers or crumbs on my lips or whatever that I have in my drawer. So the mirror thing I do is I hold it. I grab my Dollar Tree mirror. It's pink, by the way. I hold it out in front of me, and I'm checking my look. Like I move my head a little left, move my head a little right, and I do the duck lips thing, and then I point at the mirror and I say, "Slay Queen," and he laughs and he laughs and he laughs. I've been getting my cardio on. I ran 1 mile in 11:19. No, it was not easy. Yes, it sucked. I hate it, but I will continue doing it until I get to a weight that I'm comfortable saying out loud and that I'm proud of. Anyone else skipping the beginning of podcasts? There's so many gosh dang ads, and I'm over it. The 30-second button is not enough. I just skip 5 minutes. I don't care if I'm if I join the mid sentence, mid conversation, mid topic, mid whatever. I don't care. I just 5 minutes. I'm past the ads, and let's get into the primo content, shall we? Another thing I noticed about myself is that I don't care about cooking videos anymore. Like, did you know if you take a chicken breast, put some cottage cheese on it, sprinkle it with cucumbers, you have a low carb lunch? Hey, I don't want to see cooking. I don't want to see mixing. I don't want to see assembling. It takes so much time. I just want food. I want cooked food at a nice restaurant. And if the Instagrammer or Reelser or whatever wants to eat it and give their review of Little Caesars pizza, that's fine. But I just want it in its finished, complete end state. I don't need to go from beginning to end. Okay, this isn't the Food Network, and I'm not watching Guy Fieri in a 30-minute television show. My high school 30-year reunion is about to go down. Count that, one person reached out to me to see if I was going. The great Adam Nichols, who I love and have fond memories of. But we just started, he's like, "Are you going?" I was like, "Nah," because I just don't want to fly down there for one reunion. And it's a lot of travel. If I was in San Diego, I would definitely go. Plus the tickets are $110, $120, $130, and that's all you can drink, all you can eat. But still, it's quite pricey. What if I don't want to drink? What if I don't want to eat? What if I just want to see Adam Nichols and Ketchup with my buddy? But he's still on the fence going. Jeff Peel's going. Eric Gray's not going. Todd Kimmel's not going. Vince Nicholas not going. Yeah, it's too much. And I I do not communicate. Okay, let's be honest. I do not communicate with these people. Even though they hold a fond, special place in my heart, they're just, it's in a real day to day. Life happens, as they say. It's not enough to get me to fly all the way down there and take days off work and spend money and on and on and on and on. But Adam Nichols, famous of the peanut butter rant of 2007, he was making a sandwich for his son, PB&J, and he's got the natural peanut butter, the Laura Scudder's natural peanut butter, the kind where it's all oil on top. Like the top third is oil, and you gotta mix it. Turn your mixer on. But he went on an infamous peanut butter rant saying, "I'm over natural peanut butter. I got peanut butter on my hand. I got peanut butter on the handle of the knife. I got peanut butter on the side of the jar. I got peanut butter on my counter. It's too much of a pain in the arse to mix this natural oily peanut butter. It gets everywhere. And for what? I agree. I'm all about that crunchy peanut butter, and I don't need to mix it. If that means more hydrogenated oils, then give me those hydrogenated oils straight to the dome, straight to the vein, brew." But yeah, I haven't bought natural peanut butter in 2 decades maybe. But that's Adam Nichols. Miss him, love him. I've been doing phone-free Sundays. On Sunday, I keep my phone on my nightstand, morning, day, and night. Just because it's like I don't need it. And to be perfectly frank, on Sundays, I don't leave the house for the most part. And if I do, I'm with Carolyn, and she brings her phone. But I just like leaving the phone there all day and then all night, and just not being tied down to it. And partly, now that I'm getting texts on my laptop, my Windows 11 laptop, I can do text messages, although I have no one to text with. I have no friends. It's basically me texting Carolyn and my mom. But you know what it is good for? When you're trying to log in and they say, "We're going to send you a 6-digit code," and it goes, and then I'm like, "Oh, I have to go get my phone. Where's my phone? I have to find my phone." But when I'm getting text on the laptop, it comes straight to the laptop. It's like, "Oh, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm in your website. I've logged in." Who wants two-factor authentication? Not me. I want zero-factor authentication. I want to get into your website easier and quicker and less pain-free. So our garages, we have 2 one-car garages that are connected by a 90-degree corner, bend, turn, if you will. Carolyn's side of the garage is bigger, wider, and mine is tighter, smaller, for whatever reason. It's fine. But the other day I was walking by my car, and there's not a lot of room. It's right next to the wall. And I was walking by it for some reason, but my face was facing, I walked sideways and my face was facing towards the wall. And then my butt and back were facing towards my vehicle, my coche, as they say in Spanish, and my side view mirror grazed my butt as I was walking by. Like I said, it's a tight squeeze, but as it touched my butt, I made the noise. I went, "Ah!" And yes, I was being a little overdramatic, but also it was unnerving and surprising. I was like, "Ah, ah." Is anyone else annoyed by people saying F around and find out? And it's usually right-wing conservative Republicans on X, formerly known as Twitter. But you're okay. You're so tough. You're You're proven right. You've been proven right by some brutality or some inhumane situations in the United States of America. F around and find out, bro. Okay, whatever. The other day I went to Gross Out and Wild Night was on the stereo speaker system. Not the Van Morrison version, okay? And I know he has a version. I've never listened to it, but it was the John Mellencamp version, which is the one I grew up with as a teenager. John Cougar Mellencamp and Michelle Indigo-Cello. And I love that song. It still slaps. I love it when John says, and the boys do the boogie woo on the corner of the street. Do, 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 do. So my work got Chipotle, and I had to order it. I got to order it. I was tasked with ordering it. And so everyone sent me their orders. And so right away I started criticizing everyone's orders in my head, for the most part. Like the people who got burritos with cheese and sour cream, that's just redundant. Like, why? Choose one or the other. It's the same thing. One of my coworkers, he ordered a burrito and he put steak or barbacoa, and I was like, make a decision, bro. Stand your ground. Decide with conviction, steak or barbacoa. So I said, dude, I'm going to get you barbacoa because I hate Chipotle's cubed steak. And he said, okay. I myself got the Chipotle honey chicken. Good, but hot. But good, but caliente. And then a lot of people make this mistake. So you choose your salsa, your condiments, top things off, as Chipotle calls it. And I did the roasted chili corn salsa, extra, double portion, because I'm extra like that. But a lot of people get the fresh tomato salsa, which is pico de gallo, tomatillo green chili salsa, tomatillo red chili salsa. Those three things are hecka liquidy, are hecka watery, are hecka, like, you're gonna have a bunch of moisture in the bottom of your little Chipotle bowl. And Chipotle is 10 minutes from my work, but you talk about the drive back, and then we got to set up the table, get everyone forks and napkins and drinks. And it could be half hour to 45 minutes of your burrito bowl just giving off a ton of heat. And so all the fresh tomato salsa and the tomatillo green chili salsa and the tomatillo red chili salsa, it's just the condensation is happening, and you open up your plate, your entree, and it's just your food looks like it's in an ocean. And some people might say, oh, people like water. Oh, people like moisture. Oh, people like liquid. Well, okay, here's a glass of water as your consommé. Dip your burrito in this glass of water if you like moisture so much. Okay? Some crap that I've been watching. I watched Thunderbolts this morning. It was okay. It was fine, I guess. The first big action set piece, they're in some sort of facility like a mile underneath the ground, and they gotta dive over here and jump over there and avoid this explosion and climb their way out of this big hole. And it was like a half hour, and I was like, can we get the plot moving? This is taking too long. Bucky's in it. I wonder if he's like, man, this is minor leagues. And if I were his agent, I would say, I don't get out of bed unless Robert Downey Jr. makes at least a cameo, at the very least. If you want to watch Thunderbolts, you'll see superheroes talking about their feelings. And here's a clip, actually. Let me hit play here. I'm bored. I'm sad. I had a horrible childhood. Well, same Florence Pugh, okay? But near the end, especially near the end, the last 45 minutes or so, I was like, I'm just biding my time. But aren't we all just biding our time? Another show I watched, Honestly Cavallari. This is Kristen Cavallari from Laguna Beach, who stays in the news somehow. essentially from guys she's dating or sleeping with or hooking up with or whatever. I guess that's a calling. That's a gig. But it follows her on her podcast tour. And so the first episode, they're playing a bunch of clips from the series. There's 8 episodes, and one of the clips, one of the teases is like she's got a hoodie on, and she's like, I'm so tired. This is too much. I'm so tired. Her podcast tour is a week long. Okay, it's 6 cities in 7 days. And she can't handle it. She can't handle that workload. Alrighty. Her podcast is, well, her show, this live shows. She comes out, she does a tiny monologue. She has a guest. In this particular episode, she had that Kim Zolciak lady from one of the Real Housewives shows. And then she takes questions from the audience, which turn into TMZ headlines. I don't exactly know how that works. I'm not okay. I'll give it another episode, I guess. Whatever. Oh, another thing. So she's ex-husband. Her ex-husband is Jay Cutler, who played NFL football, and they have 3 kids together. And before she embarks on this gargantuan week-long podcast tour, she takes him over to his house. They live nearby each other. So I think somewhere in the Carolinas. And so she loads up her navigator with the 3 kids, brings them on over, and of course she has a cameraman in the navigator, obviously, because he's filming them. You gonna have fun? Are you excited to see your dad? But she pulls up to Jay Cutler's house, and she tells the cameraman, "Duck! If Jay sees you, he's gonna get super pissed off." And it's like, well, why did you bring the cameraman? I mean, this important footage of you dropping off your kids to Jay Cutler's house, is it really necessary? So stupid. The Nelly Ashanti reality show, I watched the first episode. They're cute. Ashanti is still gorgeous. Nelly is still handsome. He lifts. He's always had a good body. They look great together. Yeah, the show's kind of boring, but I just did the first episode. It's all about Ashanti having anxiety about performing again just a few months after she had her and Nelly's baby. And she still has a little bit of the baby weight, although her breasts got huge and they've stayed huge. But anyways, it's okay. I might watch the second episode, but now there's headlines coming out that Nelly cheated on her, and I'm like, okay, is that promoting the show? Is it not promoting the show? Is it just the person accusing him because he's getting some attention right now because of the show? I don't know. Anyways, I think I'm done. Alrighty, well that's it. Take care, brush your hair, peace out, see ya. I'm outie 5,000 G Money. Peace. Late.